Sorry, the clip just cut because there's a 15 minutes limit for the software I use. So let's continue. So right here for the text only row, I use the condiff. So basically, the syntax is that on the left side of the comma, this is area. So from B5 to B15 to B14, and I use this star to represent the text. So which means if like there's a text showed up, the counter will increment by 1. Okay, so just autofill all of this, and you can see actually this row is going to be all 0 except this one, because 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 10, there's going to be 10 tags. Okay, so the counter will be 10 in this row. Okay. For the next, I think this function is actually very important. I think you should spend some time to just read it through and figure that out how it works actually. And for the next, set landscape mode. So we go to the page layout and we just change this one to landscape. Okay. So actually, I don't know if for me the difference is that when it print out actually. So if the default mode is this, but if you change to the landscape, it's going to be like this. It's like how to say, the more horizontal. So right here we could use the, I mean, if I want to output the letter grade based on this points for different people, so right here we could use a VLOOKUP. So actually the third one and the second one, the third one should work together, because this table in this grades, it's like a reference table like you could look at when you grade different people based on their grades points. So we could go to the formula tab and just use the VLOOKUP, and for the first people, for Bob. So actually there are like 4 fields. So the first one, I want to check this data. And for the second field, I go to this grades. And I want to select actually B4 to, let's see, B8. Okay, because this table is actually about 90 is A, and about 80 is B, about 65 is C, about 50 is D. So I want to grade different people's grades based on this table on this grades worksheet. Okay, so this is a second field. So by the way, actually, in this part, I want to use the absolute reference. So I don't know, but I just want to manually add the dollar sign around the A letter. Sorry, the A letter, the B letter. And for the third field, it is actually which column you want to output, the data from which column you want to output. So for example, the first column is this one, but the second column is this one. So actually, I want to output the letter grade. So I want to output the second column right here. Okay. And for the last one, so for my understanding, I think is that, for example, I said above 80 is going to be A. So in the range of 90 and 100, all of the students are going to be get letter A. So right here I just put true, because if I put true right here, so the student who get no matter is 91 or 92 as long as he or she was in the range of 90 to 100. If I put a true right here, they all going to get a letter A. But I put a false right here. It's more like an accurate lookup. So only the people who get the exact 90 points will get an A. Okay, so that's the difference. So if you put true, it's more like a lookup in a range between two numbers. But if you put a false, it's like look for a accurate particular number. Okay, so I'm gonna put a true right here. Just autofill. Seems good. Okay. So the only thing changed is the first field. Is you say from B2 all the way to the B12. So, but this one is not changed because I use absolute reference. So this is the table I'm looking at. Okay. And it's going to be output the second column from here. Okay. Average, I think it's pretty simple. So just do it as just do this. This one. Area. X. Main. Okay. So next, actually, I want to show you how to do this like conditional formatting. I think it's pretty important. So we go to the grade book, and maybe I say I want to the people who have the grade from 0 to 64 has the right color, and people who had a grade from 65 to 80 have a yellow color, and people who has grade greater than 80 has a green color. By the way, today my favorite color for the Google form is purple. Okay, for the Google form, the color is purple. Okay, let's continue. And if I want to apply these three colors, I need to use the conditional formatting right here. So if you go to the Home tab, I can see that there's a button right here. So the first thing I want to do is I select this area because I want to this area to change color by a different condition. And we could go to new rule, or we just manage rules and click new rule. Go to second, so the value, because I want to the color change depend on the cell value. Okay, so the first I want to the greater than, maybe greater than 80. I give it a green color. Okay, and then add another one between 65, 80. Give it a yellow. Another one between 0, 64. Give it a right. Supply. See. So this area, the color right here is going to be changed depending on different value each cell have. So yeah, this is a conditional formatting. Okay, so basically what you need to do is just just select this area and go to this button, and just maybe new rule or manage the rule have already existed. There's I just initialize 3 rules based on their different values. Okay, like 3 colors. Okay. Okay. So it remembering that in the flower shop, I want to go back. Maybe I just wanna, this 4 years, to be green actually. So in this situation, we could also use the conditional format. So, delete this one. Set new rule. Turn equal to yes. I just try the quotation mark, but actually, I don't think we need to put a quotation mark between the yes. We just put a yes without a quotation mark. It's going to be fine. Green color. Yes. You see, this is a color change depend on based on if anything in this area, the value of the cell equal to yes, and the color will be changed to green actually. See. Okay. So the next actually is sorting. So I want to this net income to sort. So we select this area and we go to the home tab, and on the right there's a sort and filter. Okay, so just sort from smallest to largest. Yep. Oh, see. Okay, I think I found a problem. Actually, select the whole area. The sort by the net income. It's going to be fine. See, from whatever, descending or ascending, whatever you like. Okay. And for this one, let's do the same thing. Customer sort by the points. So that's it. And I think yeah. Okay, let's go to the last one, the loans. Okay, so this one, APR. So we could focus on this one. I think you are from business school. I think you know better this kind of thing better than me. So so I just do the code, the formula stuff actually. So for this one, I think we could use VLOOKUP actually. So the number, let's see, the formula. So the data I want to look up is this F9, and the table, I think D4. I think I want to look at this table, and I want to set absolute reference. Okay. And I want to output the second column because I want to output this percentage data, so I put a column 2. And I want to have a range instead of accurate number, so I just put a true. Okay. So autofill. Let's see. Yeah. So monthly payment column, let's go to this one. So you can see right here, actually there are like 3 parameters. So the first one is interest rate, and second is number of payment periods, and third is present value. Okay. So let's implement the 3 fields together. So, and also you could use the insert function right here, but I just want to manually input because I think the data is going to be entered is kind of complicated. So PMT. So the first interest, I want to use this number to divide it by the B5. All right. And I want to use the absolute reference. Sorry. Okay. This is the first field.